Alright, welcome ladies and gentlemen. I'm Mr. Rusty Hydra. This is Rust Console Edition. I'm just testing a build for some wind turbines and such. And then I'm also trying to get a trigger for like a compound trigger. So if any of the compound walls get destroyed, um, if any of my compound walls get destroyed, then it'll activate or trigger whatever I want it to activate in the base. So I'm going to be getting some help um, by a guy who's been doing some electricity for a while now. In Rust, his name's Swift Coyote, and he runs Rusticity Workshop. I think that's how you pronounce it on Discord. Let me just actually look at it here. Yeah, Rusticity Workshop. And they have a whole bunch of different tutorial um, pictures for you and different builds, and they can answer questions there. They do all sorts of stuff. But yeah, so I'm just trying to figure out how big of a space or an area do you need to have optimal wind turbine placements, and then is it possible in that space um, to um, then build your base inside of it, connecting to all of these things. That's what I want to do. One, two, four. So what I'm doing is I want them to be 5 spaces apart. So or 5 foundations apart. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and then it's on the 5th one. So I'm just measuring out where they are. This guy being there is gonna kind of bug me. Some guy I literally just hopped on this server and this guy showed up. Started shooting at me and everything. I didn't even move, and then now he's laying there, and there's nothing I can do to get rid of him, and I can't build on top of him. At least here I'll be able to build around this guy. But yeah. So let's see here. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, this isn't right. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. 4. here. And then okay, so all of that's cut out. So those can be made into China walls. Then these have to, we've got these four in here. Which one is the, here's the center. I don't know, but I am gonna throw myself down a bag real quick. And oops. Didn't need to do that. Okay, so now we can have like a China wall gatehouse, I guess. Man, this thing's huge. Hmm. What to do? What to do? Oh, it's gonna get him nighttime here soon. Oh, horseshoes and saddlebags, cool. Mm. Let me see here. Hmm. Why is my upgrade blocked? Oh, come on. it doesn't matter. Hmm. Do-do-do. Do-do-do-do. Oi. Mr. Coyote. Perfect timing. Let me set up a little thing over here. Let me just get a couple solar panels hooked up. Yeah, no problem, buddy. Alright, sorry, give me 1 second here. Let me just quickly pull up my stream so I can actually fully read your chats. Um, okay. Did we already test the timer component for destruction detection? Um, to be honest, I'm not 100% sure, so I mean, we could definitely test that out again. If you're, I don't remember how any of this works, so I think it made me crash. Well, let's try and make me crash again. Not really testing things if we're not crashing, are we? Um, yeah. All right. So what exactly do we need to do this again? I know I need something on there that can create a pass through, like door controllers. EB and a timer. And any component. Okay, so we're gonna do electrical branch, timer, and we're gonna do a light. Branch out on each timer input. Oh, timer input. Power out on EB. Let's toggle on timer. Then timer to any component to test with. Okay, so guess I should have built this over here on this wall, but whatever. I think that has to be 3. Yeah. After here, siren light to controller. Okay. Hi. Yeah, it does work. So theoretically we could get rid of this. Where's my wall? So I got the wall. Put that here again. Door controller. Put that there. And I could theoretically change that to 2. Then that didn't do it. Oh, well, I guess it, or did it? Oh, it did. Yeah, that activated it. And then how about this one? Same thing, that one activated it too. Okay, let's try something else. Out of the type to a memory cell. Okay, memory cell. Green. Yeah, no, I get it. No, I understand what you're putting down. Out of the timer to memory cell, inverted output of the memory cell to a siren light. Okay, we'll get that light put back down. And then we'll add in our in there. Pass through. Power in. Electrical branch set to 3. 3. Power in on this one. Output to the memory, okay. Output. Okay, so right now, well, nothing's being sent out because this isn't on. If I activate this, it's going out the inverted. Okay, so now if I get rid of the light or this, it should activate. Let's find out, because I can replace this. Yep, that worked. So output is to see the controllers, and inverted output is your alarm. Oh, I get it. So when this wall gets destroyed, this should go off, right? Because it's then activating and triggering this. I see. And it also activates this. See, what I would do is instead of hooking it up to this siren light, is I would hook it up to the automatic lockdown system. Because if I have this set to the automatic lockdown system, having the entire base locked down is a pretty surefire way of knowing someone's breaking into the base when everything locks down. Because the version that I'm using right now is like an hourly system where it locks down everything hourly. But if you can just make it to where you never ever have to close a door or listen to any doors close, and as soon as something gets blown up, then it activates all of the lockdowns and yeah, I can do a lot with that. Well, thank you, man. I appreciate that because I was get that working. But yeah, so let's just see. We'll get rid of this one. And there goes the light. I'm glad it works too. And it also works the other way too. So if somehow they happen to hop over this and just don't destroy any of the things on the wall, then if they destroy this light on the inside, and I can have this hooked up to multiple lights, so if they destroy this light on the inside, then it also triggers. So it's a dual trigger now. Oh man, this definitely leads to some interesting implications. That's for sure. And the cool part is too is that just configuring this also does it. So as long as I can configure this over higher than, in this case, 3, if I want my light to activate, I can configure it to 5, and it triggers it. So this is also a trigger. So I have a manual trigger here, and an automatic trigger there. And then I just configure this back down to 3. Which actually is pretty neat. That's pretty nifty. Because only people authorized on the TC can actually configure this anyway, right? So, ooh, I like that. Hmm. Yeah, that would mean I'd have to kind of reconfigure my other lockdown system a little bit, because I could avoid having to do the manual. Yeah, well, because in the actual lockdown system, right, there's one of them that's used. Well, I guess could still be a manual switch. I would just add this onto it instead. So it's still all in the same room, so it wouldn't make a difference. I could either do this or hit the switch. Because it just clued in too that, yeah, sure, I can configure it, but I'm literally looking at it. I can literally just hit it. Hmm. Alright. This can also be used to monitor all components. Can I add components to the bottom of turbines or solar panels? No, not there. Wind turbine? No. The counter? No. Oh, oh, oh. There's a spot right here. Yep. There's a spot here on the side of it. Now, what about these, Yeah, and it's always free, too. Because it only ever costs the 3 power. And the 2 if you're really only... If you don't even want that. Because it doesn't matter what you add on to there, because these are never being powered. I guess it just kind of resets the line, right? I was holding out hope for the root combiner. Counters can be on the ground. Can you put counters on the ground, but on the thin side? Yes. I guess you could kinda put it like that, but I don't know if that would be connected or not. Oh, it is. That was connected. Right, right. Uh, look at that. So you could have, theoretically, you could have one for your deployables, and then one for all of your walls, or you could have it all just connected into one big long string, and if anything gets destroyed, your base goes into lockdown mode. A system for my power source, a system for my batteries, and then a system for each side of the base. Yeah, like my hydrocore video, my hydro or not my hydrocore, my the megawatt. I really like the megawatt because it's three different systems in one, but it's essentially its own like direct drive power system is its own system, and then the battery backup system is its own system. Right, so it's two different systems, but they all run off of. They can all are capable of running everything, and then that's why everything, all of my systems run off an OR switch. But then I can also run as much power out of this as I want to. I'm not limited to the 99. I can actually put out like 1500 power if I wanted to and just run all the turbines off one big wall, which would be terrible, but what I'm really trying to do is I want four different like gatehouse systems. So something has like automatic entry doors and turrets and stuff like that. Yeah, it's like a car and their sensors. They have sensors for everything. We could do walls, doors, side of the base, turrets, power source, and yeah, you could literally fucking do everything, man, as long as you can connect things to it. And like not only that too, but I'm sure I could also connect this up to turrets. So if I wanted to do this quickly, right, I can add this here, and then where's the end of my chain now? Um, well, whatever. I'll just disconnect it from here. But we'll connect this into here, and then turrets. 1, 2, 3. One second, baby. I want to power the turrets through a separate source, yeah. But something like this, I go to their, what is it, like their, or did I don't know, but I would figure out a way to get these all hooked up. I can't think about it right now. Got my daughter over and I just hopped on for a couple of minutes, but yeah, there's so many different things I can do with this. Alright, I gotta take a picture of this real quick. Bring them over here. Um, yeah, so I could just add as many components as I wanted on after these. So I can make a huge giant spaghetti monster of wires after this, just as long as
You stole the turtle. No. I was gonna save the turtle like that. Damn it. I was saving the turtle.
right, that's what I meant. Like there's no ammo one, right? Can then be hooked up into this system. Hmm. or let's just say I do have these. We'll just run these real quickly. So this is powering this, right? This is powering this, so that's powering everything. Now what if we grab an OR switch, right? And then, okay, hold on. Let's actually build this. Alright, just 3. Okay, so that's running. Now, what I'm going to do is I need, what, 31, 32 power from our OR switch, so 32. And then we're going to run our line. There we go, now my turrets are all running. But if I then go over here, I should then be able to add that there. Right, now let's just make sure this works. I need an extra power, I think. There we go. So now, I have my regular system set up. I've just added this OR switch before it. So now if one of these things get destroyed, it didn't do anything. It didn't... I would have thought that it would have affected the chain, but it didn't. So while things are being supplied power, if you remove it from the tree, it doesn't... What if I was to get rid of this? No, it doesn't reset the line, even though it's part of it. Alright, I'll double check. Maybe I'm not wired into that, but it looks like I am. Alright, give me a second. I will, let me just put this... Let me put this three-way splitter back up on the wall. Hey, now, I'm actually going to pretend, though, as if, Okay, so A would be my always on power, which would be coming from my first set of electrical trees. And that would be running into here, which would then run into here. And that. Turret 1. Turret 2. Turret 3. And then because I added that OR, or there we go. Okay, so that still works. That's all good. This is just getting its 31 power. That's my always on power. That's my battery backup system power. Alright, so then we're powering our OR switch with our extra power. And now this is part of the circuit. Now, if I'm right, now it should work, correct? Or can you go from the memory cell to the OR? Yeah, I can try that. So we'll bypass the door controller. See, that should have, yeah, and that should have triggered. As soon as I release that, it should have triggered. Will it trigger now if I release this? No. Maybe, no, just maybe, if let's get rid of this power. Right, and then we'll hook it back up. Okay. But if I connect this to this, where is it? Could it be because that's not getting enough power? So we need to add one more power? Is that it? Okay, there we go. That was it. Okay, so now let's go back over here. We'll put the black back on this one. And then as soon as we hook up this green one, this should now trigger. And there it does. So now, if we get rid of this, it should trigger. And it does. So, that means that if we, on this system here, right, so let's pretend that this is our OR switch. Okay, so from this system here, so between this system right here, yeah, so if I get rid of this, we'll pick this up. Okay, and then we will get rid of this, put this here, and then this goes to here. Oops. This goes to here, and this goes to here, then this goes to here. Now, every single thing that I hook up after this is now connected to this. So now, if I get rid of this, that didn't work. Why didn't that work? Because that, oh, because it's not connected here. Ah, so now it monitors every single thing. Now here's the question. Can this be at the very end of the line? Like, does this piece have to be at the beginning of the line and it monitors everything after it? Or can the monitor be anywhere in the chain? Like, let's just say, here, let me get rid of this. So let's just say I put a wall here. It has to be at the start of a chain. Can only monitors what it can see downstream. Okay, so yeah, so then, yeah, so I want this to be at the beginning of, yeah. So now I just have to figure out how to work, yeah, I gotta figure out where to put that monitor on the Hydra core. That literally will pick up every single thing downstream from it. I might have to do 2 monitors. No, one should be fine, because every little thing will be connected to one of these off of my first electrical tree. Yeah, so all I have to do is add. Okay, that's easy enough. That's easy enough. After the root combiners for the power source. Yeah. Oh, yeah, that's even. Yeah. Yeah, that's by far the best spot for it. But then, because the battery backup system is a completely separate system, I would also have to do the same for the battery backup. Because. Right. So, yeah, so having it. Right, having it after all the root combiners would be the best. And then I could hook up another one after all of the root combiners, after I've combined all of the power from all of the batteries. It is in the later stages. So like, well, so it is and it isn't. It's being charged in two different ways. So um, when when it gets into a low power state on the direct power mode, so let's just say I need 1500 power and we're only producing 1400 power. Well, then that 1400 power gets sent over to the batteries, and then the batteries are being discharged at the same time, increasing the battery life, like the Nicore, right? But then when it isn't in a low power state, because I have battery drain from the root combiners, I have them connected to their own separate wind turbines that charges them all the time, 24/7. So those two are always just filling the. Yeah, I built my my favorite power system ever. Like I took the Nicore, I took the OR blocker system, and I took a battery backup system, so to speak, and then I combined them all together onto one wall, and then I figured out what works with what, and then I separated them all. So now it's separated into three different power sources, um, and it runs 16. It's 16 batteries all hooked up together, all at once. So it produces 1600 power. It's called the megawatt. Yeah, another time and another day and time. Um, I'm trying to get it condensed down, but I don't know. There's lots of different things, but this is gonna help me huge. This is definitely gonna. This is definitely gonna help me huge. So I appreciate that. Yeah, no kidding. But it's been a lot of fun. I've been in. I've been enjoying it. So this is the part of the game I enjoy the most. Yeah, this is the part I'm really enjoying the most. And then when custom servers come out, I'm going to be running my own custom server. Hopefully, I'll get a bunch of people to play on it, but it's going to be designed for 9 to 5, workers and people with families that can't play the game 24/7, don't want to live on the game. Um, Solo duo trio. It's going to have weekend only raiding, but it's going to have 24/7 monument PvP, which will also be the only place you'll be able to get loot is from monuments. I'm going to turn off like roadside barrels and floating junk piles. So you'll actually have to fight a scientist at the road, or you have to fight a shark if you go swimming. And then I'm thinking I want the whole center of the map to be where all the monuments are. So if you want to make it to launch site, you have to fight your way through a green card zone, and then you have to go through a blue card zone to get to the red card zone, and then you have to fight your way back out. Right, and that whole area is all PvP. So, and then on the weekends, you get to do your raiding and take out people and do what you want. So, I don't know. I've got a bunch of ideas for it. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, I know I haven't streamed Rust in a while, but I am going to start getting back into it while I continue to design my power system. And hope to see you guys in the next one. I will be streaming more this week. We'll be getting more deep into this power system and this build over here that I'm trying to get done because it's a big giant 20 by 20 square. Because I'm trying to find, like, it's five. Correct me if I'm wrong, Swift, but it's 5 spaces in between each turret, right? 1, 2, 3, 4. So it has to be spread out 5 apart. Yeah, 5 squares. So yeah, so this is a big, huge, giant or 15 meters. Okay. What is a square? Square is 3 meters? That's actually kind of good to know. Okay, yeah, I'll definitely check it out. Definitely check that out. Alright, yeah, I'm out of here. If you guys could like, subscribe, all that stuff. I need, I'm trying to, well, not need, but I'm trying to get 1,000 subscribers before Christmas here, before custom servers come out. Yeah, that'd be helpful. Alright, see you guys in the next one. Peace.